everyone, this is Genesis. I'm coming back to you with another video about Vcom AI. I think today we're going to be focusing on vehicle handling, continuing that lovely journey. Okay, and maybe fixing any bugs that pop up here and there. So as we kind of cruise around, I have swapped over to Visual Studio, or what's this called? Oh my goodness, I don't remember. Visual Studio something. Visual Studio Code. Yep. All right. So I'm trying this. Just, we'll see if I go back to Notepad++ or not. But we're giving it a try. I kind of like some of the features with it. So we're gonna go ahead and see what we got. So we're working at just the .stratus one, which I'll re-upload to GitHub here momentarily once we are done, or have something more testable. So I've already gotten some work done because I was getting more of the framework in, and how am I going to handle this? So I was thinking, well, we need to add something to the FSMs again. And so one thing I'm definitely going to need is to open up the FSM, and this is one problem with this, is I'm not editing the FSM like this. But I can reveal an Explorer here and just double click on it and open it up that way. So we add this part to the FSM here. Somebody does a check now. It goes, hey, are you in a vehicle? Is the squad in a vehicle, or is it not in a vehicle? Okay, so if it's not in a vehicle, we do our normal checks here. And then if the squad is in a vehicle, and this has to be everyone is in a vehicle. So every single one of the squads is inside a vehicle. So this is going to create some interesting situations to be, if you really want to just know exactly how this works. So if you have a tank, it's like this, right? Cool. If this is their own squad, and then there's like, you have a squad like this, they're on their own tank, they're going to execute a lot of the vehicle waypoints. But if you mix it up, so you have mixed squads, let's pretend these are all in the same squad. They are going to follow infantry rules. So and they'll go into a more of a supportive role for that squad. I'm hoping this will make vehicles act a little bit smarter overall if they're with a squad, but also if they're just our vehicle alone, we can get them to do more interesting maneuvers as well, overriding the whole group. So that's the plan right now. So there's a simple little check added in for the FSM. It goes vehicle or not vehicle. Okay. So the first thing we need to do though is we're going to add in some debug code. I'm just going to be lazy. We're going to do all in a vehicle. So this will execute every time this code here executes. So what we have so far is if it's a vehicle. Well, what do I want to work on? Well, I want to work on if it's a transport vehicle, they need to drop off troops. If it's an attack vehicle, they need to move to support. Right, this is going to work for air and ground, doesn't matter. What we need to do is not have them charge in to their death. Okay, and I'm not going to be able to prevent all the situations, but we're going to try. All right. So we have a function that runs. It's called isTransport at. I don't know. I have at. I don't remember what that was. So we take the vehicle full array of all the vehicles in the group. Okay, and we run this command isTransport. And so what we do is we just go to what's it called? Yeah, isTransport. Yeah, that's what we have open right now. All it does is if it's a transport vehicle, it starts out by false, and then it runs through each of the vehicles that we have in our group, and if any of them are marked as cargo, then they get marked as true. Because remember, we're creating waypoints, so we're all using this basis for waypoints. We're not doing any do move commands. Do move commands are bad. I use them in very rare situations, but they create quite a hassle, especially since they're not as consistent as they once were, especially with AI in combat. So I'm not disabling any AI FSMs or anything like that. I'm trying to impact it as minimally as possible. Okay, so if there's any transport vehicles, the whole squad's going to get a disembark or waypoint somewhere. So if this returns true, then we know that, hey, it's transport. And this one always checks first. Okay? This one always checks first. And of course, none of this will work if they get advanced moving off. And we split the vehicles up because now we can, if we wanted to, we could add more special modifiers on if we really wanted to get it more specific. But we're going to see how this feels initially. So we're using the same function for both of these called vehicle move. Literally, we just change a variable. If it's true, if the second variable here is true, that means this script will do something else, or this function will do something else. It'll handle the transport vehicles. If it's false, it'll set up waypoints to support nearby squads if there are any. So how are we going to do that? Well, I'm not really sure. So let's take a look at vehicle move. So looking at here, maybe the song's a little too loud. I'll turn it down just maybe 50%. Yeah. All right. So what we have here are the parameters: group, transport vehicle, and we're missing one. Oh, and all the vehicles. Array. It's an array of vehicles. Okay. And we did a simple check so far. We pull the leader. We pull all the units in the group, and we check if it's a transport. So if it's a transport, then we want to do this. We want let's find the nearest enemies and friendlies. If the enemy is closer, then we need to disembark now. I don't think we need to really engage in that too much. So what I want to do is find the nearest friendly. So this is what I'm thinking. This is my brain right now. I don't know if I like new Paint 3D. I'll give it a try, Microsoft. So I'm just gonna zoom in here. Oh man, this canvas seems small, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Let's just make this thing giant. There we go. See? Okay. So if we have a friendly squad here, slow down my mouse speed here. So we got a friendly squad here. We have, we'll say, an enemy squad up here, and we have our squad in question. No transport. Oh, that's a terrible color. Let's do black. It's fine. We have a squad down here. That's the one we're looking at. That need, they're inside of a vehicle. And so these two squads engage up here. Okay. So what we want to do is find not just the nearest friendly, because there could be a situation where, say, this friendly's right here. Our friendly's over here. But we want to find the nearest enemies. This is during combat mode, right? So keep in mind, they're close enough to be in combat mode, or something's happened when they're in combat mode. Okay? So it's not just if they're idle. So this is if not being called in for support. This is if they are in combat with them. They're going to find the nearest enemy, so which would be these guys here. Okay, and then they're going to find the nearest friendly from there. So they're going to find nearest enemy and then nearest friendly. And then they're going to physically move near them and then drop off troops here to reinforce. That's my vague idea. Instead of going here or here, they're going to go up here in the general area and find a good spot to land, drop off troops. Yeah, that's the rough idea of it. That's where I want to start. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. So we find the nearest enemy, and we find the nearest friend. Okay, and the way we do this, we find the nearest enemy from, we find the nearest enemy from the nearest enemy, which means we find our friendly. Which isn't necessarily always true, but I think it's going to work generally well enough. We could get more specific with the checks, but I'm going to keep this optimized. Check to see if the closest friendly is in our group. Okay, what we want to do is make sure what this check is going to do is say the transport vehicle is the closest friendly to the enemy. So they are these guys now. So they are the closest to the enemies. Then we just need to disembark. If we're within a certain range, we just need to land. We need to drop off the troops. I'm just going to make it a little bit easier. Okay. So if nearest friend is in the group of units, so in our group, right? Then, and excuse me while I get used to this new system for code here. Okay. I wish I would add that on the end. Can I change that, I wonder? I wonder if that's something I can change in Visual Studio Code. I bet I can, I just don't know where. But huh. Open configurations. Nope. I'm sure it's here somewhere, but we will worry about that next time. So if nearest friend needs, then so what we need to do is set some variables up here. Okay. So in the transport part, we're gonna do disembark location. And yes, I'm using long variables. I just like it. It's fine. It's going to be, right now we're just going to use get pause nearest friend. Let me just spark location 1 because this is the rough. We're going to find like actually a good spot to disembark, or a better spot. And we'll just gonna get world pause. I think get pause world is fine. Nearest friend. But if the nearest friend is us, then we need to change that to get pause world later. Or do we need to do that? Because nearest friend would pull us anyway. Yeah, because maybe I'm overthinking this. We don't even need to do that check because if it is us anyway, we're gonna pull it appropriately. So, alrighty. Okay, so we got disembark location. So now we need to set a waypoint and do disembark and all that good stuff. Okay. I tell you guys that I hate waypoints. So let's open up my flank move function here. We have different cases that we use. I really despise waypoints. You see, I use full speed waypoints all the time to get the AI to actually move quickly. So that's something I need to keep doing. Alright. So I'm going to copy this code because I am lazy with that. But what we're going to do is go to vehicle check, wait to vehicle move. So what do we got here? We got group add waypoint. So this is different. So this is going to be group add waypoint. And we need to find a good place to first find a good location to disembark. Alright, now this is the tricky part because getting AI to actually disembark vehicles is aggravating at the very least. Okay. I'm wondering, I want to pass all the cargo variable over because I want to tell AI to get out. I only want the AI and the cargo to get out. So I wonder if we can go to is transport here. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna try to do. Let's keep it simple first. We're gonna try to use it just full of waypoints to see how it works. Hopefully it works okay. I need to trust the process. So, but there is a command, or maybe it's a function actually. Or is it fine? Select best places. Oh. I think we just need to find empty. Find empty position. This is going to be, should this be a call function? Yeah, this should be a call function. So what I have to do is find a flat spot. I think we'll just use, see, is flat empty. I'm just reading this. Use find empty position. Pass. Result 2 is empty, making sure you switch to approximate check. Let's say first example. Oh, I see. This guy combines both commands. Okay, I might just use this code and modify it. So, I wonder if we can actually create this as a default code. So position and params, find empty position. Yeah, param select 0. Oh, interesting. Okay. Wow, that's really neat. Look at this. This guy is really smart. Look at that code. Okay, so I might even steal this thanks to, who is this? Killzone Kid. Oh wow. Okay, we're actually going to add that because I can use that in other ways too. But we're going to, what was it? We pass the position and the params. Call Vcom func is flat empty. Class is flat empty. So we're adding it to our list of things we can use, and then we need to create the new file. Function is flat empty. That's QF. And it's in the wrong place, so we'll move it up. Yep, we moved it to the right location. All we need to do is go back to vehicle move and take his lovely code, plop it right in there. And so essentially what he's doing is this is the pause, the location, and this is the code. So he's using find empty position. So let's take a look here. So find empty position, you pass param select 0. So how big of a space you want. One thing I don't like is it doesn't have size. Vehicle. And we're gonna keep it, yeah, really small. Okay, so let's go back to this and see. So that's interesting. So param select 0, which is this, It's checking a distance of 1. I think this should be distance of 25. I'm gonna add a parameter here. Something like that. It's going to be the distance. Okay, and so instead of returning this, we're just going to have it return the original pause. Okay. So let's take a look at this. So what we want to do is find a good location, disembark. So we're going to take the disembark location. So there's our array. We want a distance of maybe max 25 meters search around them. Okay, and then we want to look at this is flat empty command. So make sure we get these right here. So we have the minimum distance. Okay, is 1. The mode. Position check, always use default values, so -1, lead, don't touch that. Max gradient, default is -1, so 0.1, sure. Max gradient radius, default is 1, sure. Over land or water. Position cannot be over water, position cannot be over land. What's 1? Maybe that's the max gradient. Did I get this wrong? Oh yeah. Max gradient radius is 1. Okay, now he's the -1. That's so ignore, so it's got to be... Cannot be over water, so this needs to be 0. Shoreline. It's true, false. False to ignore. Ignore object. Okay, proximity checks. Okay. Objects and stimulus cannot be closer than min distance. We don't want to proximity check. Okay, that should be good. 1. So we can give it a try. We'll do file and disembark location equals that. Then that will return something. Either be the default location or it'll return hopefully an empty area for helicopters. Alright. Okay. So we're gonna, and now once we do all that, we're gonna add a waypoint to them. Okay. And we should probably add some checks in here. This is gonna infinitely add waypoints, so I think we need to go into the flank move. I'm going to come into here, and if we need to do some basic checks right out of the gate here, so I'm kind of going back here. So if there's already 3 waypoints, 3 or greater waypoints, we're just going to exit this function. Okay, we're going to check what their waypoints currently are. Okay, so if their waypoints is equal to destroy, search and destroy, or scripted, we exit, and we're going to be adding some in here. I thought I had a check or something. We have waypoint check right here. Yeah, we do. Do I have that in there? Let's do a search for that. Now, how do I search? I have a function that I want to use. Waypoint check. Alright. Okay, so if they have less than 3 waypoints, great. If they have their count waypoint checks are greater than 0, exit with, we're just exiting the function at that point. And we don't even need to do that, we can just boop. Do that kind of check. Bam. Alright. So if they have any other special waypoints, we don't want to touch it. Alright. Okay. So essentially what Vcom is doing is it's lower priority than any kind of hopefully player decided action or Zeus action. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add a waypoint. Set movement type. Okay, so this is the waypoint type. That's where it's going to be fun. Set waypoint type. Wait, set waypoint type. So we have move, destroy, get in, join, leader, get out, cycle, transport, unload. So it's going to be unload or transport, unload. I don't use waypoints much. Okay, let's take a look at this. Well, so far not what I need. Waypoint types. Alright, let's look at transport unload. The group will move to the waypoint where any other units they work with AI. Okay, so long as it's gonna work with AI, you know, that's okay. So we're gonna try the transport unload command. It's also vehicle unload. Oh. Advanced waypoints. Fire mission. Okay, so looks like we can maybe even use the Bohemia function in here. Group, position, target. Object waypoint is attached to. Vehicle. I'm just seeing how this is working here. Okay, so this says group player because object is attached to. Let's look up this function in the game. Bizfunc wp-land. So if we go to functions viewer. Oh wait, I'm looking at just CBA here. I should have to type in wp-land. There it is. This is object. Okay, this uses a do move as well. Ah, I don't like it. I'm gonna just make my own. Okay. Alright, anyway. We're just gonna try the good old transport unload waypoint. So let's go ahead, go back. We're gonna try to transport unload. So we're gonna try to set this up, transport unload. And we actually, just the way Vcom works, well, no, that should be fine. And is that gonna be fine? Is that gonna work? I think so. Okay. Else. We're just gonna try to keep it simple at first, and then we can add complexity as long as we make sure the simple stuff works. Okay, so then if it's not a transport, right, we can probably actually even use a lot of this. We can actually just call the same function here. We can just spawn flank move. And repeat the same stuff, because at that point it doesn't matter. Let's see, let's open up oh, that's the wrong file. I thought I had it open. Okay. Maybe close it down. So we have flank move open here. And we have a function in here, I don't think. Transportation vehicle. Yeah, this. We're not doing that. Okay. So I'm just gonna check through anything that I don't think is good. No, this works well. It's tried and true. Yeah. So let's go ahead and see what errors we get. I'm sure I made some silly mistakes in there. No immediate errors, but I'm sure we're about to get some. So let's get squad here. Transport van, sure. And we'll get, how many of these guys can we fit in there? All of them, okay. Alright. Now we're gonna get a squad here. See each other? Let's do this. Let's get him a little bit far away like that. Okay. Target acquired. So we should see down here once these guys get into combat mode, and we should be able to trick it actually if we just take him and put him into combat mode. There we go. We got our first error. So Vcom flank move. Let's take a look here. So in the vehicle move, we have line 19. Type array expected number, not a number. Type array. Oh, I forgot to put count. That would explain a lot. So you can see that all in vehicle, on vehicle. Let's try to run it, but I goofed. So we need to reload it and play. So even this small change that we're doing here. I mean, this is not a huge function at all, but if this works well, then what it's doing is creating a very nice way for AI to disembark without being overly complicated and taking precious CPU cycles. That's the most important thing here. Is you got to remember it's all about what do the players really see. And I would rather take a function that runs 2 or 3 times as fast but is sometimes inaccurate, which you can chalk that up to human experience anyway. It just makes for a lot more interesting things that can happen anyway. Less predictability in some ways. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these guys into combat mode. We get another error here. Error, undefined variable and expression. Oh my goodness. Okay. So you can see this is let's read this. But fortunately, hold on here. What I can do, well, they're disembarking anyway. We're gonna delete everyone. What I can do really quick, can I just have like an empty file or anything, like an empty one? I'll just create a playground. So what I'm doing here really quick is just defining the function here real quick. It'll be fixed for next time, but now I can just double check it and see if there actually is an error. So they were disembarking, which is good. Let's move these guys a bit further back. Okay. That's a good thing I did that, because here's the next error is line 37, waypoint group add waypoint. 0 elements provided, 3 expected. So returned an empty array. This is probably for the location. So let's run this command. Just okay. Okay. See, it's returning an empty array. Why is it doing that? Let's take a look. Why is it returning an empty array? So if we go into here, returning an empty array. So what we're gonna do is break this down. So what we're going to do is set up a thing here. Let's see what is going wrong, because I don't fully understand this error. So pause equals get pause player. Equals 25. Params equal. Alright. This. Unless I did something wrong with it. Let's double check these really quick. Takes a position. The params are the minimum distance. It's minimum distance here. Oops, there we are. Next one is mode, which should be -1. Minimum distance, optional number of objects. Optional number, objects. Okay, I'm close to 1 meter. That should be fine. Mode. Max. Okay, mode is -1. Max gradient is 0.1. Over land or water. Opposition cannot be over water. I think that might be my issue right there. Yep, that's the issue right there. You change the 1 to a 0. Okay. It's because I goofed. This one needs to be a 0. Okay. We're going to restart now. Actually, yeah, I need to restart. Let's just restart. Alright. I've been going on for about an hour. You can see how long this, man, this probably takes a long time. Time flies when I'm doing this, but yeah, this definitely takes a long time and a lot of work to get this going. Alright. Next. Let's see if we can wrap this up. Squad. So I'm trying to do at least an hour a day on this for all my projects. An hour a day for my project instead of doing, like, 20-hour long coding sessions like I used to. I can get every day. I can do an hour a day. Well, not when I'm working, but alright. So we take this guy, put him to combat mode. You gotta transport, unload waypoint. Right up here. It's way up in the sky. Will that matter? We're about to find out. Okay. I think it's probably because there's a get pause world. That command is faster, so if it doesn't matter for waypoints, then it probably won't bother. Okay. And they're unloading. And that's waypoint. Bam! Now, there are some issues here that we're going to need to add some checks. So, here's a great example. I'm going to copy these guys here. Let a little battle happen here. So now he's going to get a waypoint to go over there. Perfect. And I can add more handling, so I can do things like if it's not do some more checks. Let's see if it's not a fighting vehicle. Then it should probably go back here or something and wait, go to safe location. That's gonna take more work, but you can see he's just kind of booking it right now. He dropped off his troops and he's leaving, which I really like. So is he going back to normal pause? Yeah, see, that's fine. He fell back to a safe location. That works really well. Okay. So I'm happy with that. But here's an issue with it that if you are paying attention, you will be able to catch. It creates some very interesting behavior. I wouldn't call it necessarily a huge issue, but it's definitely... Say someone's way over here, they get into combat mode. Unless I already did checks for this. See this? Now they're immediately going over there because now they're in combat mode. That's the nearest enemy's way over there. And so, we need to add, I think it's just a distance check. I mean, that's cool now. He's driving all over there, so people could use this to their advantage. But if Zeus or something accidentally sets everyone to combat mode, now he's going to drive all over there. Now let's check this Zeus compatibility here. If I go over here and just start giving waypoints, this is going to take over. So, it should be compatible with Zeus. Yep, see? So there we go. But let's add a distance check really quick. So if the nearest friend let's just do this. If distance 2D from the leader is greater than, I really would say 800 meters, I guess. Just exit. We're just done. It's just not gonna do anything else because it's too far. And 800 is still pretty freaking generous, so. Okay, let's try. Let's try a helicopter. So we have... Actually, this should be in hearing distance. This should be the hearing distance. Should it? Yeah, I think so. If you can hear that shooting, then they're gonna know to go. Come hearing distance, there it is. Alright. Making progress. Okay, let's go ahead and get a hummingbird. A good old hummingbird. So remember, there's no distance check right now, so I ain't gotta worry again. This is the big test. I'm almost done with this. So put them in combat mode. Yeah, here's the thing. See, all these guys count as turret positions. But if I give them 2 extra people back there, oh, look at that. This might need more work. Because remember, it doesn't count turret positions. Let's try the Ghost Hawk. Let's spawn in a rifle squad and bang. Combat mode. There we go. Transfer on those. So there's a little bit of work that needs to be done here and there. But not bad. Not bad. See, just little things like this is making this world feel so much more alive. Makes the AI feel just at least smart. Smarter. Let's see how he lands, though. That's more my curiosity. And we're not going to fix that here. But we will, but he's actually going to get shot at, so this is really going to mess him up. Yeah, they see him, they're getting aware. They're not engaging yet. They see him. Hello there. surprised they're not shooting at him. There they go. And he's probably not going to land his troops because AI or a helicraft is notoriously bad about disembarking troops. Oh, but he might. Oh, he's trying. No, he's not. No, he's not. Yeah, and that's definitely a problem. Oh, no, he is trying. He just is going on a road. It's not exact, but, you know. They're out. He just threw smoke. Not a grenade. That better, yeah, threw smoke. That helicopter is not coming back. Oh, they're gonna try. Okay, one last thing we need to add. See, these guys got transport unload. We need to make it so if the driver is local or in the group, then they will get that command. Otherwise, they need to generate just normal commands. Alright, he's gonna do that. Then he should start generating normal waypoints after some time. We're definitely gonna be. I'm gonna be adjusting that behavior and how that works. I can just over here engage. So I'm really happy with that. I'm gonna adjust one thing. And vehicle move. We're going to go. Is transport? Yes. Cool. We're gonna do right in the beginning another just an immediate check. If the driver and I mean, this is gonna mess it up if the group is split in between multiple vehicles. But, you know, we're going to see how this goes. If driver of the vehicle of the leader is in units, exit with, and we need to change this up to if not. So if the driver of the vehicle, the leader is in, okay, is in units. If it's not, if he's not in there, then exit, because then we don't want to generate any waypoints yet. So that means it's a different group. Okay. Gosh, this is kind of hard. There's a better way to do this. I don't want to because it's more code intensive. But, okay. This group shouldn't... Oh, wait a second. There's a way to do this. No, okay, that won't work either. Okay. Do a check. I think we're definitely running out of time here. Okay, do a check for, make sure the driver is, okay. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this, sorry, I haven't fully conceptualized yet. Is there a good way to do this? So the easy way is saying if the driver is not in the group, then great, but what if they're split up between multiple vehicles? Then is it just kind of so bad, too bad, so sad kind of thing? I think so. I think so. Yeah, let's just keep it simple. So exit the function if the driver is not in the leaders group. If driver vehicle leader and units. So back to this code again. That's just the quickest, and not. That's just the quickest way, so they don't double create waypoints like that. And that'll work in most scenarios. But okay, guys, thank you everyone for watching. So today we were able to create a vehicle move function, as well as finding a flat and empty ground function. We stole that. So vehicles will behave a little bit smarter transportation, and then I can go further on that and kind of make vehicles even a little bit more special, more enhanced from there. Maybe even incorporating some of the Vcom driving things here and there. But we're going to start there, and I think we're good to go. Yeah, everyone, thanks for watching. I actually really enjoyed using Visual Studio Code. I think I might stick with it for now as I learn everything. Please enable A's command in the settings. Don't know what that means, so we're going to ignore that. Alright. Interesting. Okay, everyone, thanks for watching. This is Genesis. I'll see you next time.